Hello, you are listening to the Sloss and Humphreys on the Road podcast featuring me, Daniel Sloss, doing an introduction for the first time in our podcast history for some fucking reason. Apparently it's in an effort to make it seem more professional. Apparently this is what the big dogs do, the heavy hitters, the people we want to be. So in this episode, me and my friend Kai, we talk about things like Faux Pas and how forgetful I am, which was... that wasn't scripted, but fucking hell that worked out. And I think I also slam Adam Rowe a bit. And it's just a great podcast. Why didn't you listen? Well, you're going to. Anyway, that's why you listen to the podcast.
No,
this is enough. Futile.
That's enough, Daniel.
I told you.
Right.
No, just end it. Just that's it.
Sloss and Humphreys on the road.
Muggins and cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Ah, muggles.
Accidental rim job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11?
Welcome to a brand new episode of Sloss and Humphreys on the Road. My name is Kai Sloss.
No, it's not.
Oh man, it's trying to trick you.
Well, no matter how many times you try that, whether it's for... I say whether, I know it's for financial reasons. That you keep trying to pull that off.
You're so fast.
But I'm sorry.
You're so quick off the mark.
Hey.
Anyone else would have fell for that.
Hey.
I would have just been like, I'm Daniel Humphreys.
There are men out there who would be lucky to be living off of Natalie's salary. So you don't need to upgrade to me just yet, okay? It's not that big of a stretch. And also, I'm not the brand.
I wasn't suggesting I was married to you and took your name. Well, I was trying to trick you into saying my name's Daniel Humphreys.
I thought you were trying to trick the tax man into thinking that we were together. No.
Should we do it again?
No, I kind of enjoyed that. I think that's the first time I've enjoyed an introduction on this podcast.
Because I made you my husband. Accidentally made you my husband.
First of all,
you just felt really powerful in that.
First of all, there's nothing accidentally about it. You said you did it intentionally. You said you did it.
No, I was trying to trick you into saying, getting your name. I was trying to trick you into getting your own name wrong.
I mean, this is just the spin doctor shit coming out afterwards. This is you after failing to trick me into saying it allegedly, and also failing to trick the tax man into thinking that we're actually married. Now you're just throwing Hail Marys left, right, and centre.
You're being a spin doctor now.
I am, yeah.
More of a spin mister. I haven't really passed my exams.
A spin apprentice.
Aye. So, anyway, this is a new podcast. Some fresh banter for them. We've been living together for a bit.
Aye, and we haven't done any podcasts just because it's really...
I've just been avoiding you mostly. Like, I just hear the stairs and I fucking dart at the door.
It's just, people think it's fucking laziness, but you're like, do you know how fucking weird, do you have any idea? This is why podcasts suck, right? Do you have any idea how fucking weird it is while you live with your mate? Like, shall we record one of these conversations? There's nothing. There's no good way to do it. There's no nice way to fucking instigate it. It doesn't feel nice fucking doing it. Just to the rest of the people in the house being like, yeah, by the way, we're gonna have a slightly funnier conversation in another room without you, and none of your fucking. It's just not the done thing.
But meanwhile, we've also been sliding off into a room and just having banter without each other on Twitch.
Aye, but that was mainly
which is just so refreshing. I can be myself, you know.
No,
I can really let myself go, grow my wings. I feel like you hold us back sometimes on the podcast.
Oh, and just what? Twitch is you finally free.
Twitch is basically a controlled nervous breakdown every time I do one.
Aye, is that your approach, or is that just your product?
That's just where I end up going if I'm left with free rein to talk.
Aye,
it's like your product.
Thankfully, one thing I've learned from Twitch is that I have ADD, so thankfully I don't finish any of my thoughts. So there's just a blue balled audience out there constantly.
Oh, they're just getting excited about the topic you're on and you never get back to it.
Aye.
So am I the one that bookmarks the things that the tangents will go off on and gets back to the...
No, I think we both do it, but I do think I used to think that I thought you were solely responsible for us going off track. Because I'm like, I know, I'm the Gretel in this Hansel and Gretel. I'm throwing the breadcrumbs behind. I'm the one that'll find our way home.
And then you realise I'm the one working tirelessly finding my way home.
No, I realised that we're both shite at it.
Oh, man, I never tire.
We're both shouted it.
So what we're talking about?
But a bunch of stuff. That's the point. We are talking about a bunch of stuff. We'll get back to some of them. We were talking about Twitch specifically there, though. I tend to find Twitch is more. For me, I don't. If I'm being 100, somebody asked me this question on Friday on Twitch. They were like, "When stand-up comedy's back, are you going to be on Twitch anymore?" And I was like, "Probably not." It's I enjoy it. Like it's a fun thing to do, and it's a good fucking outlet. But man, when we're on the road again, there's no way I could do that 3 times a fucking week.
It's going to be kind of impossible because I was looking at my diary. Our agent's mighty optimistic about the autumn next year.
Man, I am so optimistic about
also reliant on the autumn. We can't go on like this for much longer. I think we've pat ourselves on the back. We've done well for a year.
Man, no, I'm more optimistic about the fact.
I think I'm going to be like, no, I have not done well.
No,
I've been a fucking disaster.
Well, that's also true in many senses. No, I mean in the sense that like fucking this vaccine, once it gets fucking rolled out, then hopefully the second that's out, then 2 things are going to happen. 1, we're all going to be fine. And 2, we get to... Here's a shit thing to say. I really wish the coronavirus was more deadly so that the people that are so stupid that they're not going to get the vaccine would just fucking die. I really wish coronavirus, just for this last couple of months, was really, really deadly. Just so all the people that are like, oh, you fucking sheep going out there taking that vaccine that all those scientists work on. I really wish it was more faithful. Just so all of those people just fucking conk it, right? And we can just have a science-based society from here on in. Like, this is the cut-off point. This could have been science's time. Maybe that's what they should do. As long as been working on the cure, they should have been working on the fucking steroids for it as well. Being like, because that's how you get people to take the fucking cure. Not only can we cure you of it, we've made it worse.
So either get cured or die.
Aye, that's it.
Otherwise, you're just going to pass it on. What happened? Where did anti-vaxxers come from? Because I don't remember this when I was getting my BCG at school. I didn't remember the fucking world being populated by absolute fucking dickheads going, oh, it's going to fucking inject nanomates into you and they're going to track you. There's going to be a chip and all that. You're like, no, man, I just didn't want polio. What are you on about? The ones that are going to wake up sheeple. Like they are the most cheapy people, and they're also the most asleep because they're fucking counting sheep.
Aye, they're the dumbest cunts. It's like, and I say this as someone who, like, I've now got friends that have gone slightly conspiracy theory with stuff, and I'm not going to say their names out loud because I wouldn't despise them like that, but I'm telling you this, it's my dumbest friends. It's like, had you fucking asked me had you asked me 2 years ago, right, you said, right, in 2 years there's going to be a fucking global pandemic, which of your 5 friends do you think are going to fucking lose their minds and think it's all a conspiracy? I'm going to be like, alright, who's the 5 biggest morons? And 5 for 5.
And the only one I would be wrong with would be Elliot. I would have absolutely guessed Elliot Steele. He would have been like all 5 of my picks. Maybe we are rubbing off on him. Elliot's just Elliot was getting close to anti-vax, but he was very open to reason. I think he just do what most of us are guilty of. He just asked us about it, got batter off with, and then aligned.
Aye. Just sort of came in and we were like, bit weird this vaccine, and we were like, no, it's not. Why? He was like, no, never mind. Oops. Sorry. Nah. Fill me up to the fucking eyes with autism. Couldn't give a shit. Get it fucking in me. I never thought I'd say this, and it's going to be on the phone. I really hope I get to go to Adelaide next year.
Is that how bad it's got?
That's how bad. No, only because Adelaide's like attached to fucking like. Only because Adelaide's attached to the rest of Australia. Like it's a nice way of saying I can't wait to go back to Australia. Don't get me wrong, I'd really like to go back to Australia and avoid Adelaide. That's also true. But I'd still, I've not moved on. I still wouldn't go back to Kilmarnock.
Oh, you'll be happy going to Adelaide now because you had a spell there for about 6 months where your internet was worse than Australia's.
I couldn't go back.
I don't know how you got through it.
It was really bad.
Because I've moved in here and you've had perfect internet the whole time. It's like it's like even when you've been streaming, I've been streaming. Somebody's been watching Netflix downstairs. Like the internet's been fine. It would be a little bit cabin in the woodsy to be
Man,
out here. Because your house is remote, man. Like, you're not close to stuff, which is nice because you can walk out into the country. I've walked down the river. Like, it's fucking great for getting out and seeing the outdoors. But yeah, connectivity.
I went, man, it was fucking, it was genuine, listening, well, fucking just sort of not listening, but looking back through the year and just going, what was the hardest part of the year for me? When was I my worst? And it's genuinely from start of fucking lockdown until my internet got fixed. Because the second it was just easier, right? Like it was just.
And also, you got the backdrop of perspective. So when you've got the internet, and everything's flowing, you know how much it can suck without it. You don't take it for granted at all.
I would have. Having a piss poor internet connection is. And this is a first world problem. And guess what? I live in the first world, so I'm going to say it's fucking inhumane. Like, and that's like what we have to prove to the fucking British government. Being like, this internet connection that I have is inhumane, and nobody can be expected to live with it. So you have to give us this fucking special.
The only thing that would have got me through in your shoes there for that like few months would have been batter and Cullen.
Well, I mean,
like every day.
That's why I'm still here and he isn't.
I just wouldn't have got bored of batter and Cullen. Just hearing him scurry through the vents and that.
It's because he just respawns every morning. Like whatever deal he's made with the devil or wherever his sort of species is, it's once even if you kill the full body, and I mean the full body, right? You can chop it up, you can burn it, you can put it in fucking acid, you can throw it at airplanes. Every morning, 9 a.m, you throw them back that covers. There's the cunt. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
I've worked out what it was actually, because I've only been here like 4 weeks and I've battered him about 700 times. Right?
Keeps responding.
Multiple days. It's my workout. So you know when you shit yourself when you die?
Aye.
He shits an egg of himself.
No, I've battered that too.
It's a Russian doll of an egg.
Aye, it's a nightmare living with them.
And me, you, and him travelled up to Inverness.
Aye.
Inversnecky. Why do you call it Inversnecky? Is that just you, or is that people?
No, I'm pretty sure. Inverness people call it
Inversnecky. Because it doesn't even scan. It doesn't even seem like it comes from anywhere.
I will Google it in about 45 seconds
to see if it's just you. Because I've only ever heard you say it.
But now that I think about it, is it just my mum that I've heard call it that? No, because I've heard other. This was my family, because there's all my family I see up there.
There's a one. You know how
I think it's like if you've got. You know how like I think there's no part of Newcastle called Geordieland, but you're all Geordies. Like,
well, you know, maybe... I'm trying to think of something that like you know how Geordies instead of saying mate as well, you say mate as wheel.
Aye.
A mate as wheel. My dad says mate as weasel. Right, mate as weasel. It's quite funny, right? And I still don't know to this day if that's just something people say or if that's just me dad.
So I think
I need to hear someone else say it and then notice it and go, oh, right, it's not just me pardon.
Well, it's probably not just your dad in the sense that, there's probably other people that made the same fucking mental jump that he did when saying it. But none of those people have met. I bet there'll be one fucking point where your dad says Mouse Weasel in front of somebody else and that other person goes, wait.
That's the thing.
I say that.
So everybody's just saying it independently.
Not everyone, but I believe 30 to 40% of fucking Geordies have absolutely arrived at that fucking, or maybe even fucking less. But I promise you, at one point your dad said Midas Weasel out loud in the fucking Newcastle town centre, and some bird walking by is going, I say that. I say that. That's my phrase.
Midas Weasel.
Right, Inversnecky. Oh, we're going to find out.
Are you going to look up Inversnecky?
Inversnecky. It's got to be.
How would you even spell Inversnecky? Hey Siri, how would you even spell Inversnecky?
Inversnecky.
Investigate.
Shut up, Siri.
There you fucking go. Inversnecky, Scots slang to it's the English translation of Inversnecky is Inverness. There you go.
English translation. So that's the Gaelic way of saying it.
Inversnecky, must be.
Oh, it's so weird. Do you speak any?
Yeah, there you go. So yeah.
Do you speak any Gaelic?
I don't. But
could you try? Just off the top of your head.
I listened to a song in Gaelic today.
Did you?
When I was driving to shops, just you know how Spotify's got that fucking your weekly discover thing, and for you it's probably rap, but for me it's just
it's Hamilton.
Oh,
it's Hamilton and Tupac. It's because me and Natalie share
Aye, and
Share with Spotify.
And oh god, I'm just angry that Hamilton's in my head again.
My top one is "Dare You" by the XX.
Oh,
top song. And thank you to everybody who tagged me in being the top podcast. By the way,
Aye.
Appreciate that. More of you than I thought.
The Discover Weekly came on and it played a band called I just heard the guy's voice and I'm like, fucking, this cunt's from Scotland. Like like 2 words had left his mouth and I was like, this is a Scottish band. And then he just kept, what's it called? Tide Lines. And they're fucking great. They're fucking great. But he was talking about very, very Scottish things. I'm like, fucking, this seems like a good fucking band. I wonder just how Scottish they are. And then the next song was just them singing in full Gaelic. I'm like,
pretty damn Scottish then.
Aye. But it's not like fucking old school. Don't expect. I mean, it's not like they're singing. So like, I don't know. It's not rock music, but I don't know how to.
So they're singing like I hate to say it, but like tiddly-dee music.
Some of it's tiddly-dee music, but just in the sense that I enjoy tiddly-dee music. But it's not all that. Like if you were to listen to it, it's no. I mean, I'll let you listen to some of it afterward, but you'd listen to it.
Put some on.
Well, because
it doesn't do. It does that on Twitch. It doesn't do that on here.
No. But no, I just mean in the sense that it'll be one shite content us listening to something when they could all just listen to it separately and we could listen to it separately.
They're screaming at the podcast now.
No, they're not. No,
they're like, just play it.
No.
It's like, boys, just shut the fuck up and play some tunes.
No, I'm not playing an entire album.
You're like DJs that just constantly talk and never put any tunes on.
Oh, no. I think that's radio DJs.
Imagine just turn the podcast into radio DJing.
You reckon you'd ever do?
I used to do that as a kid. We used to do on the cassette player at my granddad's. My granddad had these little mics that he would plug into it. Me and my brother would pretend to like introduce the next song. I think it was like quite the rage at the time for people to do that, like kids to do that. Because we would record it.
Quite the rage, was it?
Yeah.
Popular most popular kid in school where you
because what you do, you record it, right? Because you've got 2 tape decks on your hi-fi. Like you know the stacks
like
of hi-fi.
Cool kids, yeah.
So you get like you get the one that's got the cassettes on, and then the top one was always the vinyl. So we'd always put like
we'd
put like something like Thin Lizzy on or something like that.
Aye.
And then we'd be like, "This is the Boys Are Back in Town" by Thin Lizzy, and then it'll be like, and then I'd accidentally put Whiskey in a Jar on. We weren't good DJs.
Would you ever do radio? Do you reckon that might be on your career path?
Do you know what?
I prefer it to panto.
Do you know what? I went. Do you know? Is it Capital? Used to be Galaxy. Did it used to be Galaxy? Capital. So Des Clark, who does the Scottish one, he recommended us for the Newcastle one. Wanted a morning DJ, and I'd only just started stand up at the time. Like I'd been going like maybe 2.5 years, so I'd just gone pro. And I went in a couple of times to go with my co-host and just have like practice runs where like the co-host had been working there a bit and they'd been like they could introduce the tunes and all that. So we're just like, we're not broadcasting it, we're just practicing, right? So I was just practicing it and that, and there was every time it cut, they were like censoring us. They were like, oh, you cannot say that, or you cannot say this, or like fucking, like there was one of them where they just fucking wild-eyed us. And they just went, you mentioned that Santa isn't real. That's worse than saying cunt. Like, seriously, it's worse than saying cunt. You'll get way more complaints for saying Santa isn't real on breakfast radio than you would saying cunt. So every time I found out, I was like sanitizing myself more and more in the bits. And the thing that it came to is I didn't even like pursue it. Like I wasn't meeting them halfway on it because I didn't want to discuss money, because if the money was good, I would have done it. Right? And I really didn't want to be getting up. It was like getting up at 4:45 or whatever to get to the station, and it would have absolutely stifled my budding comedy career that had just started. So I kind of created distance between me and the fucking whole interview procedure.
Just getting away from it.
Getting away from it, but I was nearly breakfast radio DJ for Capital.
Fucking do it in Australia towards the end of your retirement, because Australian radio is fucking bank. It's bank.
And it's get ticket sales, right? Can you get ticket sales off it? Is it?
You can, but at what cost?
Aye.
Like in the same way that, like, hey man, you can fucking host Fourth One, a great fucking radio station, a really good radio station, but I guarantee if you're the host of Fourth One, you'd sell out a bunch of shows. Do you want that audience?
Ooh, that's a fucking thing. Like, and that's I saw when Deliso Chaponda done gigs straight after Britain's Got Talent, and people walked out because he swore.
Aye.
Not many, because it was like we Punch Drunk crowd, but some people that had come aside from Punch Drunk because they'd seen him on Britain's Got Talent, saw a poster with his face on, and that's the guy off for TV that we watch with our kids and me gran and all that, right? Come to see him and, oh my god, he's swearing and leaves. And he's a filthy comedian. He does sex jokes. Like, some of the best sex jokes and the routines are like a banging filth.
Aye.
You know? And then people are coming to see him and walking out because of that. And I'm like, oh, imagine your whole crowd was that turnover.
Aye, I just think that's the gamble with it, like, because obviously, if they make you censor yourself that much, then it's not the audience. Well, it's not always. I mean, it is the audience's fault for being offended by that pathetic shite. Fucking anyway.
Can you remember when I was on breakfast radio in Ibiza when I was just fucking on the sesh, back end of the sesh, we're hanging one on. It was about fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. We're still up.
Aye.
Like, he's had worn off in that.
Aye.
And my phone rings, and it's fucking it's Des Clark who'd put us on to Capital, and he just kept us talking for a bit.
Aye.
And then he announced that I was on air, and he just had a game of where you had to like spin through your phone, stop on somebody, and then ring and just keep them talking.
Fucking, I obviously don't remember this. I was on heaps of drugs in the time.
And he could absolutely keep us talking. I was on gear. He could not shut us up. He had to wind us down. The game was over.
Kai, it's a game. No. Let me finish telling you about last night. So at one point, right, Barry, we're down on the way. No, Kai, honestly, we're going to a music break at this point. No. Des off, let me fucking finish.
I was on the session of FIFA. Next thing you know, getting broadcast all over Scotland. What about that?
People would have known as well. That's one thing I've always fucking fairly amusing about being Scottish. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but there's been the occasional time, only I'm going to say 3 incidents, genuinely 3 times over the past fucking however many years, where I've put up an Instagram video or put up a picture or something on fucking Twitter, right, while I've been on drugs, right? Not weed, it's all I'm always on weed, but on harder stuff. Every time I've done it on Instagram, a Scottish person's always been like, "You're on gear," and I'm like, "How the fuck?"
They could tell.
Oh, but it's a Scottish person every time, and it's within 30 fucking seconds, and I just immediately have to take it down. I'm like, I'll just plug that thing tomorrow then.
You can just tell by your face.
But I don't think you can, because sometimes the videos are up for like 30, 40 fucking minutes, and I've gone through all the other messages, because I'm obviously paranoid that I'll look, because I'm watching it back being like, I know what it looks like, and I'm not posting this at 2 a.m. This is it's a 9 p.m. thing.
I definitely wear my drugs on my face. Like, you could play You Bet. Can you remember the game You Bet with Matthew Kelly?
No.
Right, you could have like pictures of my face along, and you could go along and guess what drug I was on each face pill, and you would pull off the Velcro thing, and it would be like ecstasy, cocaine, weed,
life, potamus,
heroin. So I kind of hate it. I didn't even try to hate it, actually, because I didn't want to, like, I think that's where the paranoia comes in when you're on drugs, is when you're like trying to disguise it.
But you know that's also where being a cunt comes from, by not toning it down.
That is true.
It's like you've got to have a little bit of the paranoia.
I remember when I was just smoking a bit of spliff on the balcony when I was in London with Jamali and Elliot. I'm not a snitch. Jamali and Elliot.
Man, that's it. Like, Elliot's white, but Jamali's now going to jail. Like, that's not fair.
I haven't even posted the podcast yet. There's a big knock at the door. He doesn't know why.
Elliot's fine, man. They're not going to arrest us for shit. You can't sell Jamali down the river like that. That's done.
So, Natalie gets in from work, and I'm just chatting away about that, right? And she's like telling us about a day, and I'm just chatting on, and she's totally chuffed because Elliot and Jamali's here, and she's saying hello to them. And then it was like, maybe about 10 minutes in, I just got, we've just been smoking a bit of weed all day, just chilling out. And the lad just went, "Oh, thank God." They were both trying to style it out as if Natalie was going to give a fuck. As if Natalie was going to give a fuck that while high. Like my parents had come in. I didn't realise the pair of them had been sat there just nervously, like, trying not to act high. There's nothing makes you look higher than acting not high.
There's a great fucking White Sketch You Know sketch about that, which people should
Have I heard of them? I don't like. I've heard that name, but I don't know who they are. Like, if you mentioned them, I would have just.
The Grape Whistle.
So this sketch troupe, like a bit like Key and Peele or something.
Aye, but there were an internet one from years and years ago. Whitest Kids You Know. They're very good. Some of the best ones they've got is the Grapist, the this Boardroom Sniper, the Call of Duty one's fucking so funny.
Give us a hit of that, then we'll. Oh, wait a minute! Is it the one that does the when you finish a quest on? You finish a quest on Warcraft, and the fucking character that accompanied you just turns back into an NCP.
No.
Do you know the one I'm on about with that?
I think so, yeah.
Where like he's in love with the character, and then they just start repeating the thing that I'm butchering it.
Aye.
I'm going to have a hit of this, and we'll go and do that rabbit hole.
No, let's not.
After.
Oh,
Not
right,
now.
yes,
I'm not going
right.
to DJ fucking clips.
Oh, you fucking just asked me to play music 10 minutes ago, so let's not fucking pretend it's a cycle.
I'm not going to ask you to play a video on a podcast, am I?
And then you might, from a man that insists on explaining every single fucking intro we have, nothing is beyond your ability
bringing that
to
up
create
again.
some dead air.
Absolutely unrelated
No,
thing.
no, it's not.
Explaining an intro, unrelated thing.
Because you were about to get...
You argue like a lass.
No.
You bring up stuff from last week.
What I thought you were about to say, was play the fucking sketch, show me the sketch now, right? That's what I thought you were going to do, which would be within your arsenal.
Aye. No, that's true.
Aye.
But not for the podcast. I'd just be like us.
No, aye, fair enough. That's I've got to do a fucking Twitch interview with Stuart Goldsmith, where he's definitely going to make me tell a story about the time I pissed in his bag.
Oh, fuck! I totally forgot about that. That's amazing.
Stuart Goldsmith hasn't.
I bet. You never would. I'm surprised he's having you on his podcast. Or his Twitch stream.
Just pissed in his bag. That's all that happened.
He actually I need to get back to him, because I saw I had a Facebook message. I barely ever got into my Facebook messages, but I had one of him asking for dirt on you. So I'm going to quickly do that after this podcast.
Oh, right, okay. Send him a message, like, he pissed in your bag.
I definitely will. Don't ever forget that he pissed on your bag. Because you were at a music festival, right? And we were just sat at this park bench in the middle of the fields, and Stu Goldsmith was like, "Hey, it's Muggins and Cream from my favourite podcast."
Yep, it's a direct quote.
And then he sat down opposite her, put his bag under the table, was chatting.
Yep.
You didn't see him put his bag under the table,
but
you did whip out your cock and start pissing.
I did, aye.
All over his bag.
Aye, but which I thought was the floor.
So your bag now, so technically he stole your bag when he walked off and huffed with it.
Aye. I'm still
so
not.
1-1.
Aye. That's just one of those stories that's out there. There's no... You know those stories that you have about yourself? I know you definitely know this, but where there's nothing redeemable about you in the story. Where you're just from start to end, and even if you twist it, you're still the bad person.
Like when I pretended to find a lump on my ex-girlfriend.
Aye.
What a swing and a miss. Oh, how I ever thought that was going to make her laugh. In the throes of passion. Oh, what's that? Is that a lump? Oh, no. Mate, she starts crying. I'm like, oh, fuck. I can't. This is look, baby. Nothing to do with you not having a sense of humour. You have got a sense of humour. That was a dick move. I shouldn't have done it. I'm not even high or drunk and out. This is just me. I'm an arsehole. I can just use my soul as a punch bag as much as you want, because I deserve it.
It's one of those stories that exist about yourself that makes you scream out loud in the shower. Like, you know those ones where you just, whenever it pops into your head, you just go. Like, I
forgive myself for stuff immediately now and that. You know, the stuff that you would normally ruminate on and fucking hate your life for. I should actually retrospectively hate myself. There should be loads of self-loathing. There should be loads of self-worth. But I just can't be arsed with that. So I'm just going to crack on like I'm not a wanker.
I do think you should have maybe like 10 seconds of self-reflection.
Oh, no, I think about it. I shrug it off. I have to shudder it off.
No, but maybe like sit on it for like more than 5 minutes.
There's one that keeps coming back to us, right? This is one. I've never overthought it. I've never given it much of a spin, but it keeps coming back to us, right? I was at the Birmingham Glee and I was hosting, right? And I went to the back of the room and there's a comedian there. Can you remember a comedian called Chris Brooker?
No.
Right, so I remember he used to do a blog of every single gig that he'd done, and I used to fucking read it religiously because it was just like a fucking diary of a comic, right? And he's getting into this circuit with wrestlers. So wrestlers will come over and tell their stories of like what like just fucking like true Hollywood stories, but about wrestling. And he toured with them, like Mick Foley and that. And then he's at the back of the room, right? And he's just like, oh, I've just been with such and such this fucking tank of a guy, like fucking ripped to fuck, definitely a wrestler, right? And he was like, oh, I just bought such and such, so there was a great lineup. I was just going to show him a bit of the UK comedy scene and all that. I was like, oh, it's a class night. And then there's just a bit of a lull, and I went, oh, he's next door doing your wrestling shit, like. It just the way I said your wrestling shit, like, I didn't mean it like that.
No, of course
I didn't mean it like that. I was being fucking casual.
Aye.
Like, I was just being casual. I was doing it, like, as if someone like, oh, you're doing that and shit on Twitch. Like, I wouldn't have wounded by it. But this guy's American, isn't he? And, like, it's the fucking British chat, and that fucking guy just whacked on us immediately.
Aye.
And, like,
just disappeared.
He was there for like a second longer, and I look, and he's gone. I'm like, oh, I think I might, and I might be overthinking this. It might mean note. He might have just popped his head in, had a look, said hello, and then gone back. But
why was he crying?
But it keeps creeping into my mind that I just fucking dismissed his entire career on a fucking dime like that. I just doing that wrestling. Cause I feel like he heard it like this. Are you just doing that wrestling pish next door?
Aye. As if it's not a hugely physically taxing thing.
I've got a lot of respect for. You've put your fucking heart and soul in your life and the sacrifices you've made and everything into that. And,
also the drugs, what you do to your body.
Like I just every now and again that just creeps into me mind. Going, remember when you just mugged off that wrestler? Like I just shake it off. I just like it's like I didn't spend too long on them thoughts, man.
I think that's the healthy thing is sometimes I do spend too long on them, but I think, yeah, you do have to, forgiving yourself is what it is. It's just going, all right, look, I made a mistake. In the same way that if your friend was to tell you the fucking story, you'd be like, man, that's really embarrassing and a stupid thing or an ignorant thing you did, but don't beat yourself up over it. It wasn't intentional. Ruminate on it a slight bit, swirl it around your mouth like a fine wine, and then spit it out like a French prick.
That's it. Swirl it round, spit it out.
That was me. I did it. And afterwards, because once you've forgiven yourself, you can have them. But that's how you're able to own things. Because you go, look, I'm not proud of this, but it did happen. I admit it happened, and I've learned and I'm better.
And do you know what I think helps with the stoicism? Is that how we say stoicism? Stoicism. What helps with
if you're stoicism? You're stoic, but it's stoicism.
The stoicism in them moments is helped by early deaths as a comic, right? Where I can think of a conversation where the wrestler, right? That has got nothing on the feeling of remembering bombing at a gig that just didn't work in my hometown at the Golden Eagle on my estate, right? But it was set up not to work, and the room was just, it was like there was a fucking 21st birthday party and I didn't have a mic stand. It was a fundraiser, right? And I tried to tag and a few people were looking and going, what the fuck is Kai doing? right? This is in my hometown on my fucking street, 2 streets away from where I grew up, right? Like there's nothing that can happen.
How long had you been going?
Huh?
How long had you been going?
Weeks. It was maybe my 8th gig, right? And
just that early. Were you caught? Was it that? Was the booking like? Did you book and be like, I'll smash this?
Just this last that I used to quite fancy. Asked us if I did. I was like, she's kind of hot here. Like, I'll fucking do that thing for her, mate, impress her.
Did it?
Not at all. I've never seen her since. It was
maybe she's off doing her wrestling shit.
Maybe. But I just fucking embarrassed myself, and it was just a tiny mic and it didn't reach the whole of the room, and even if it did, even if it was fucking booming and drowning out the room, no one was going to stop and listen. And it was my mate Craig fucking unplugged it. He just unplugged us and went, fucking Kai, let's get out of here. And we walked. So when I think back, like I've died like that in a number of places. I had like I'm not kind of going through army deaths, but there's 1,000,001 that happened like that. That one hurts the most because it was local and I knew the people in the room, right? But there's been a handful at the start because you take any gig, knew you can fucking pick your battles. But when I think about stuff like that is way worse a lingering feeling than any faux pas.
I agree with you. Just because that one's bad, it doesn't negate the faux pas. Like even
no, it just means you give yourself some. what's the word for it? Like mental
Perspective.
Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Like resilience. Like, what does a vaccination do? Like, it gives you
autism.
It gives you a bit of the thing and makes you immune from the lot of it.
Autism.
It gives you autism.
Right, good. Just as long as we're agreed. Oh man, one of my fucking faux pas that still fucking sits in my head was at the start of this fucking lockdown. Well, I've spoken about it on the fucking podcast, but I've thought about it at least once a week since. And it was when you phoned up, right? Because obviously when we were doing it, we're recording from both ends while you were down in London. You phone up and I know it's you, so I answer the phone, going, "All right." And again, I'm not proud of this joke, but it was just between me and you. It was you phoning me. That's why I made the joke. And it was, I answered the phone. I went, "Hiya, hooker taxidermy. You snuff him, we stuff him."
It's funny.
It's just a stupid thing. I know you're phoning. We've just hung on the phone. I'm trying to catch you off guard. Any reaction.
And it was your pimp.
Some fucking guy delivering something, but his fucking son was in the car with him. So I go out and the guy's like, "What did you just say?" And I was like, "Oh fuck." He's like, "He's 14. I was like, "Well, fucking."
Let's come back there.
Well, because he's got a point. Like, it's, fucking, I didn't mean to, but I definitely, he's absolutely got a fucking point. There's no need to...
Which FedEx driver's taking his kid run with him?
But just because he doesn't mean this isn't the consequences. You don't get to be like, well, you don't get to be like, that's what you get for taking your kid to work.
At least he didn't answer the phone. Like, Santa's not real, because that's the worst.
That is the worst. This is good and cathartic, and I think good for people to hear. So definitely send us in your fucking what is, and if you can please, we'll read it out and we'll try and make you feel better about it, right? Because I live these things over and over again in my head. Maybe having us sort of forgiving you for it in the sense that we'll join you in the awkwardness and then forgive you afterwards. We'll give you some sort of, I don't know, Catholic cleansing, some baptism, some public baptism.
Just share them moments and make it easier for you, wouldn't it?
We'll send them in. I don't know how you say it.
Natalie's mate.
Hold on, let's get to the end of how they send it to people. Is there
we've got
because we do have an email address.
Well, I do have an email address.
Which is?
Fuck. What's my email address again?
You said it. I don't know.
I think it's like mugginsandcream@gmail.
Can you not log into it on your phone?
I forgot it existed.
Because we did it on we had that just after, it's the first European tour, right? Not the first European.
I wonder how many emails that's got, because people listening back to them will contact with it. Fuck, so we set it up before the first.
First of all, let's not we any of this. You.
What do you mean?
You set up the email address.
For us.
But I've never had any access to it. So it's not my responsibility.
I give you the details. You chose not to have access to it.
No.
In fact, I'm probably going to find it by scrolling back to our fucking conversation on WhatsApp.
Well, if that's true, I'll take back what I said.
Because the only place I can think to find the email login is me sending it to you.
Alright. Well, email that email. No. Well, can you get back? Is it? I've got
tmuggins@gmail.com.
There, that one. Right. So email any of your awkward faux pas that you think about in the shower. The ones that when you're about to go to sleep and you're just about to drift off, where your brain goes, "Remember that time that you," and you go, "Ugh."
So yeah, tmuggins@gmail.com. What should the subject be, just so it doesn't get mixed up with other stuff? Faux pas.
Or my cringe.
Yeah, just title it like my cringe story or my faux pas or something like that. tmuggins@gmail.com.
Festival cringe.
And this is one of this is one of that.
The cringe who stole Christmas.
Oh, look at me cringe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Natalie's friend.
Cringe of L, cringe of L. Don't worry.
It's getting more and more cringy. She gets on the train. She put down her wallet, her train ticket.
Cringe watching, sorry. That was the last one.
She puts her Maltesers down. And the woman opposite her, right?
Wait, sorry, what's this story?
A friend,
Natalie's friend. Got you, sorry, I missed the start.
Right, Uzma gets on the train. Mm-hmm. Puts down her train ticket and her purse and her Maltesers, right? And she gets herself comfortable, takes her bag off, puts it down, right? And the woman opposite her opens her Maltesers and starts eating them. Like, takes one, has another, and another one. It's just like in disbelief at the fucking neck on this woman, right? She fucking gets the Malteser and just like eats them as well.
Right.
Like, I guess we're fucking sharing these then, but like silently seething.
Aye.
To like not saying a word back, right? And then
How quintessentially British.
isn't it? Passive aggressively.
No, but
Maltesers.
just all right. Not to say, excuse me, those are mine, but just sit there. Aye.
Anyways, fucking gets off the train, gans into my coat pocket, finds a pack of Maltesers. That was the woman's Maltesers.
Oh no!
And she eyeballed her while eating her Maltesers, and she just opened.
Oh, you'd have to jump in front of the next train. That's a real bad one.
It's over.
Ozma, we forgive you by the power invested in me by the Holy Spirit of God.
You've got to go.
That's me. That's holy war. That's me baptising, cleansing her of her. Oh God, that's a fucking shiter.
So we want them. We want those. The things that you've done. The things that you've said.
And anyone who has the courage to send those in, fucking well done. It's not an easy thing to do. So, and again, it will be cringy, and you'll fucking potentially hate it. But we can promise we won't ruin you for it, because you'll have punished yourself enough for it. So it's not our job to do that.
Plus, well, like we said, you've swilled it around in your mouth long enough. Consider emailing us it, you spitting it out.
Aye.
And then
I'm just going to answer that. Hello, sex work, taxidermies. You stuff them, we snuff them. Oh no, wrong way around. Your 14-year-old son again. So I'm so sorry. Fuck, I never learn.
And we're gonna release. So this is a brand new podcast.
They know that.
Unless you're listening to it any time in 2021, it's fairly new for 2020. We're gonna release some favourite We've asked people on Instagram what their favourite podcasts were, and we're going to re-release some favourites over the next few days, just like get like a kind of top 10 as voted by you. I tell you what, if you have a favourite, email it to us and see if I can get it on there. So we're gonna release like a handful more. We're gonna get your YouTube back up and running. This is going to be on your YouTube now, so people can find this podcast where they normally get it: Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, and now your YouTube channel.
Aye.
So that's going to be available, and then
New Year. What are you doing in New Year with it?
We're going to bring it back regularly.
Aye.
Like properly regularly. We're going to video it too. You've got a studio.
Not yet, but we will by then.
I'm moving to Glasgow, and I've got a car. Mm-hmm. So I've got a house and a car now. We'll have a scheduled time when I come round and we do the podcast.
Aye.
And it's my job now.
Well,
we're going to be like, this is when we do a podcast, and we do it, and it's just like one of our things that we do, because that's what's tough about it is we haven't got like a strict schedule. So we're always just like, it's always like, should we do a podcast now? We're gonna take a run at it and provide you with a podcast, and that was important to some people throughout the first lockdown that were like hanging out with us twice a week or whatever. And we're gonna try and pop it back on for you for all of 2021, because it's gonna be worse. Everyone's like, oh, the light's at the end of the tunnel. It's gonna be a fucking Great Depression after this. There's unemployment. Fucking government grants are running out. We're fucking so we're gonna come at you all the next year,
and also ask you for money while you're poor. So
I will take a Patreon.
Aye,
like
just so you know, we will be fucking bleeding you for everything you've got.
Every £3.
Every fucking
every
cent.
£3 a month you have.
Every fucking cent. Whatever starving African child you're giving money to every month, you write them one last fucking letter.
See, every time I click my fingers.
You tell them
Dead.
It's done.
Dead. I should
To be fair, probably I shouldn't have said African there. I'm pretty sure there's worse poverty in other places now. I'm pretty sure Africa's come on a lot. So.
Just say Blythe.
Alright, Blythe, right. Fair point, right. Okay. The £3 that you give every month to starving children in fucking Blythe, right? Take it out their mouth. Mm-hmm. Take out their fucking mouth,
Marcus Rashford is now actually fundraising for our Patreon.
Aye.
Now, so the way we'll do it is we'll do early release for people that are on the Patreon. So you'll get it a few days earlier, but we'll also do bonus episodes as well for the Patreon. But also, this is what it does mean, is that if you're employing Daniel to do the podcast, he will do it.
Aye.
The problem we're getting Danny today is sometimes he says I can't be asked, but if I go, Danny, it's your job, you'll just go, ugh, and do your podcast. And you know, there's nothing better than a Muggins and Cream podcast when Cream doesn't want to do it. There's no better than when you've been dragged here. You're more venomous about every opinion you lay down. The podcast you want to do, you're just nice and high and friendly and bubbly, and everyone's like, who's this? the ones where I kick your ass to date are the best ones.
Just the ones where I'm just so angry at the world.
So he's going to be so obliged to date you for the small price of £3.
Aye. Well, I mean, aye. So wait. So are we saying that the Patreon people get like angrier episodes or happier episodes? We've got to find out what they want,
they get ones where you're getting forcing your opinions. Or do the ones that you want to do.
But like if they're listening to this and they're like, we actually prefer high sloss, then they only get that in Patreons, and then the real ones are the boring fucking sober ones. Boring sober, and it's just me reading the dictionary and watching paint dry and describing it, and then or vice versa, which is Latin for the other way around.
What's Gaelic for it?
Huh?
What's Gaelic for it? For shicky padiki.
For schnicky. For schnicky vendi vici.
So expect we're pretty regular in your life.
Even if you
didn't want it, Nate. Even if you didn't want it.
Lower those. No. I'm telling them until
heighten your expectations.
Until they've taken the fucking money out of the kid's mouth and put it into my fucking pocket. Right, it's not happening. I'm not promising fucking shit. Right, next year we go full Adam Rowe. We're gonna bankrupt these cunts. We're gonna fucking bleed them for every fucking. I'm talking Ronnie Cheng merch. I'm talking charging for autographs. I'm talking. Fucking say.
Are we in the same seats, hoodies?
We're getting fucking ringtones. There's going to be a VR game of shaving my asshole. But you are the razor. That's the thing, and it's also a live action one. It's just I've put a webcam on my razor. We're
going to sell key rings with a key with a line on it.
Aye, and also a trolley token, obviously.
The Cream trolley tokens.
It's going to be a big fucking seller.
We're actually going to start selling bathwater and that.
Aye, we're not
before we've got in it. We're not tramps.
Aye. Also, whatever emails you send in, if you want us to read them out, make sure that you attach a £5 note to the email, so that comes straight to us, and then we'll be more likely to read it out as well.
Yeah. I've got several
charging for photos.
I've got spunk rags under my mattress, and I'm not selling them. I need them, but I'm just letting these out of there.
We will we'll sing happy birthday to you and your mates live on stage, and that'll be the whole show. Mm-hmm. People come along, they came to see Hubris, but
you can actually buy shares in my set.
Aye.
So when we've got a set for a small amount, you can have like my opening gag, and you can write that, and I'll do it. And then
I'll let you see Cara's tits.
Aye. Fucking hell, how do I sign up to this period? I'll let us just set up the period so I can sign up to it. Fuck, stop the press.
You can have a go at Natalie. It's going to be great.
Alright, I'm going to cancel my period.
She's going to listen to that, and much like me, she's going to be angry because you and Cara flirt regularly.
He just keeps stopping me. He's already jealous.
No, what's that? No.
Green eyes, monster eyes. Monsters.
I've got blue eyes.
What colour is Cara's eyes?
Fuck you for asking me that.
No.
Why would I know that? I've got no idea.
No way.
Of course Natalie's are brown. She's brown. Everything about her is brown. It's dead easy for you fucking guess. I've got a fucking ginger through there. They're magical creatures. It could be fucking it. It could change on a day-to-day basis. She's a fictitious creature.
With dirty feet.
My favourite bit of Historian and Prejudice from Harry saying that all ginger women have dirty feet.
From running through the woods?
From running through the woods.
And he just acted like we were stupid for never hearing of this. Like, what? You don't know ginger people have dirty feet from running through the woods? You're like, what are you talking about?
Blue.
By the way, we paused the podcast there.
We didn't. No, we genuinely
We paused the podcast. You ran out of the room.
Fuck. God, I'm going to see if I've got any photos of her.
This is going to be the first podcast we'll edit.
No.
Get the unedited version from our Patreon.
Oh, yeah, nailed it, Blue. Ha ha, did know. Ha ha, love my girlfriend. Ha ha, ha ha, you thought I didn't know. She's still going to be fucking right. She knows. Man, I forget shit about Cara all the time. Because, like, we've been together for almost, like, we've been fucking shagging and
Yeah, you're forgetting that. You're telling us a story about how much you're forgetting. We've been together for however knows how long.
Fucking 3 years, whatever, who gives a shit? The amount of times I've forgotten how many tattoos she's got, where her tattoos and what they are. The amount of time, in the first 2 years of our relationship, I was like, did you just get your belly button pierced? She's like, our entire relationship, it's been pierced. I forget that she's got asthma. I forget that she's got a fucking mouth brace at night. The amount of time she puts it in her mouth, and I'm like, did your dentist just tell you to get you that? And she's like, every night. I just forget these simple things just because I'm
you're mostly high.
Well, and I'm thinking about the sluts. I'm just thinking about the. Yeah, it's just I'm not interested. You know, she's said her 100 words for the day. I can only listen to so much. No, I'm just a forgetful fucking idiot. She knows that. She does. I forget things all the time. Where is she?
Natalie's getting into this habit of telling us she doesn't want stuff for occasions. And I did it on her birthday. She was like, honestly, we're moving house. Didn't get us anything for my birthday. It's just going to be another thing to pack and all this. And I ended up like making her a nice meal and getting steaks from the butchers and all that, and like making a fuss of her all day. But I hadn't gotten her out. And she started doing it for this Christmas as well. She's like, oh, don't get us anything for Christmas. Like, it doesn't matter. We've got everything we need. Like, get stuff for the house later on and that. And I'm like, oh, no, because I like getting her stuff. I cannot fall into that. And I know she's not trying to trick us. And I know it's not a trap, but you cannot fall into being that complacent as a fella. Where like anniversaries can come and go and you've just slipped into the habit of not getting them out. That's rude.
Well, I mean, I take it, but I don't. Would it become a habit? It's only become a habit the next time you've fucking forgot. Because I already feel fucking bad. Because Cara's Christmas presents last year were fucking. I bought like a 5-star hotel for us when we were going to be on our holidays. Like, it was all holiday stuff, and then all of our holidays were cancelled this year, so I didn't get Cara anything for Christmas.
Oh, nice. Good work. And you get away with it completely.
That's what
a belt. Holidays, start a pandemic, get your salute of it.
Oh, no, man. The first reported case of coronavirus was on like the fucking 12th of December, and I fucking
ahead of the curve.
I knew. Because I've got a fucking mate who works for the CIA who was telling me that he knew a guy.
Borges and Andrex. Zoom
and Andrex had also been approached by the people of, where did the fucking virus start again? What's it?
Wahoo.
What? No. Wu-Tang.
Aye, that's what I said.
No.
Wu-Tang.
Wuhan. Was it?
Did you say Wu-Tang?
Yeah, Wu-Tang. Where was it?
The Wu-Tang clan.
The Wu-Tang clan.
Right. You heard this here first from this. I mean, we're a year too late, but we think the Wu-Tang clan started.
I don't think. No, this was the first report. It was coming from the Wu-Tang clan. They had fucked a bat or the Batman.
Right, Wu-Tang clan fucked Batman.
This just sounds like a real fucking southern shitty rap at this point. The Wu-Tang clan factor.
Do you know my sister had to have the sex talk with her 11-year-old son because of South Park?
Oh,
did I talk about this on the podcast?
Because my sister had to have the sex talk with her son just because of how fucking sexy he is. He's gonna find out sooner or later.
Got to understand why women are throwing themselves at him. So, there was a scene in South Park where the Mickey Mouse was fucking the bat on a trip to Wuhan, in the COVID special.
Yes.
She thought she'd let her son watch South Park. Like, let him grow up watching this shit, like, he'll have a better understanding of the world. And she was like, what was Mickey Mouse doing to the bat? And she had to, like, pause it and kind of now's the time then. Earlier than I thought.
Well, here's the thing. I disagree with that, right?
She had to explain the joke.
No, she didn't. That's a Humphreys trait. She didn't have to explain the joke at all. She could have just said she could have just said he was hugging the bat, played the rest of the fucking episode, and then 2 days later gone, hey, by the way, now's the time. She didn't have to explain the joke then and there. So that's his first context for shagging.
Hugging the bat. He's not going to fall for that, is he?
I know he's...
Why is he hugging it like this? Next time she's hugging her son, he fucking starts dry humping her. I thought this is how you hug according to the cartoons.
Alright, not hugging then, but something else. She didn't have to go mid-joke, alright. When a mum loves a dad very much, or sometimes...
Just wants to get back at somebody else.
Or when South Park wants to make a joke about China being in bed with Disney, they come up with a clever episode. I ran out of steam.
Did you run out of steam there? Confidence or energy?
No steam.
Confidence in the bit, or just like I can't be arsed anymore?
Both. It was a lovely. They coalesced and they peered out at the exact same time. It was like you know how sometimes there's there's a really blissful moment of the what's the word when you and your partner come at the same time.
The synchronicity.
Yeah, with synchronized orgasm. People talk about how great the synchronized orgasm is, and obviously how close that makes you as a couple. I agree, but on the other side, I also agree. Is there anything more powerful than the times you have sex and both of you just give up because you can't be arsed anymore? That's also the sign of a healthy relationship to me. You've had those moments, it's fucking 5 a.m. You've had too many fucking drinks, there's just no way you're going to get in, you just go, I can't, it's over. And you both just agree, you shake hands, good match, 1-1.
Call it a draw.
0-0. Should we go to penalties? Fuck it. Nah, it's done.
I struggle to finish not just at the same time, but in the same coordinates. So, this party is McDonald's.
Fucking I hate you.
I'm loving it. We're going to do dad jokes.
Aye.
Oh, it's like the olden days. Old muggins and creams just chucking on each other's dads.
Oh, don't fucking...
Just trip down memory lane.
No, it's live.
Kai and Daniel kicking up dust.
Your dad picks his nose with a knife and fork.
Your dad has 18 gears on his car.
Your dad's ass is grass and I'm going to smoke it, get addicted to it, deny that I'm addicted to it, overdo it during lockdown, but ultimately dependent on it by New Year.
Your dad uses a scalpel to get his Advent calendars chocolates out the back so that he can look nonchalant opening the doors a few days late.
Your dad, wait, but surely then he's disappointed that there's no chocolate in there.
No, he just pretends that...
Surely people would see...
I don't know, your dad's just fucking got some weird overthinking crazy processes going on in his brain. Like he takes you to the back, he peels it, he eats it on the sly.
Right. But
then 3 days later, you'll see in front of you and the kids and your mum. You'll say, oh, I've got 3 days of doors to open. And then you up with them and pretend to eat them. He's acting nonchalant.
But why would he be showing off if he doesn't have the... Because surely we're going to...
He's covering up for something. He got the instant gratification.
But how are we not going to check it?
Well,
I just don't think he's thought it through. If he's sitting there bragging me like, I've got 3 days worth of chocolate, obviously we're all going over and being like, all right, let's see.
He thinks he's playing it cool when he looks and his door's already shut. He's already had the chocolates. He hasn't missed a single day. Right, but he just comes in and opens them in front of you and the kids.
Oh, right, okay.
So you all scan, oh, Dad is cool. Doesn't even, like, I'm first thing in the morning, I'm up getting me chocolate. Not Dad, he's like 3 days later, whatever.
Well, he's made a wild assumption about me then there. Your dad's lips turn black when he's horny. And not the lips on his face.
Your dad drinks out the hot water bottle.
Alright, that's why he puts the tea bag in there first. Your dad has the word fragile in cursive tattooed on his lower back. No, visualise that.
I can't, that's what's wonderful about my superpower. Your dad pours tea on his biscuit instead of dipping it.
Oh, I can't out the middle one.
So you agree that's a good thing to do?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to date next day. We've got pizza and garlic.
No.
I did.
Your dad's last meal would be a bowl of gravy as a soup, a bag of ready salted crisps, and a bounty with all the chocolate licked off.
Your dad's teeth chatter when he's hot.
It's because he's scared the sun's getting closer. He's like, oh, global warming.
Like Scooby-Doo scared.
Here's a question that I'm going to say out loud that'll annoy my dad.
Well,
Right. You know how we're spinning around the sun and whatnot because of its gravity?
well, fucking what? Yes.
How come we're just not getting any closer, though?
We're spiraling away for it, if anything.
We're not.
No, we're not.
No, they'd be fucking freezing, idiot.
But like, it's dead slow.
But no, do we go in an ellipses or
Nah,
is it just a straight up circle?
Wait, there's all kinds
God.
of stuff going on, right? Like, look, I don't mean to lay it down in such scientific terms, but
Right.
the Earth's spinning,
Right, aye.
the moon's spinning around that,
Aye.
and them multiple spins going on are spinning around the sun.
Aye, but what I'm saying to you, when the Earth is spinning round the sun, how is it, like, is it just a circle or is it like an ellipses that we're going around the sun?
Ooh, it's hard to say this. I don't know. I think it's just a
Because
circle.
if it's just a circle, how are we not getting close? How come the sun's gravity's not pulling us any closer? How come we're never going down into the sun then? I know there's reasons for this. I know this isn't groundbreaking stuff. I know anyone with like a third year level understanding
I
of
wish
like,
Elliot was
physics.
here just to make us look less stupid.
Oh, God.
Because I had this thing like, if the Earth's spinning round, right, how does it not act as a centrifuge and fling what off? And I think it was your dad that told us that gravity is what makes the Earth
Aye.
spin. So it's actually the pressure towards the Earth from gravity that's
is-
making it spin in the first place. So it's not like the spin isn't releasing the gravity.
Okay, that makes sense. My dad's very good at explaining things.
Aye, but to
In a way
us,
that- I know that's what I mean.
like he could get away with murder, you know that. He could just, we would take his word on it for anything. Like if you just started explaining something to him, we would just be just going, well, sure, he knows.
Aye. Yeah. But my dad could say really.
So how many things do you think he's just winged it with?
No.
Do you think he has at all? Do you think he has just went, I could say anything to these two fuckers?
I mean, now he has. Now that, now that he's listened to this and you put it in his fucking head, yes. But outside of this, no. Because now he's going to beat us at the game of, the fucking say something so stupid but the other person believes it.
Yes, like when I told you that Las Vegas was a man-made city.
Was the first
Was
man-made city.
the only man-made
Aye,
city.
it is a man-made city.
Yes.
Aye.
I just got myself.
Oh, you did, aye. Right. Anyway, fuck them. That's the podcast. Why they've not paid for more than an hour, Kai? Why are they getting an extra minute? This should be on the Patreon.
I know it's going to be like a minute and a bit once I've put the intro on.
Well, this should all be cut. This is extra content. We need to be fucking gouging the eyes out of these cunts. I want them bankrupt. I'm going full Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck would have absolutely just starfished onto them coins.
Aye.
When he jumped onto them coins, there's no way he would have...
This is classic Muggins and Cream banter and it's not for free. Save it. Save it for the Patreon that we've not set up yet. I refuse to have extra banter. Not for money. It's been a difficult year.
You know what we should do as well? We should do at the beginning, before the intro, like a little intro to the podcast. Because that's what people do.
What?
The pros and that. The pro
you can
podcast
do
people.
that.
Let's take turns to doing it.
No, I'll do the video edit and stuff. And you do everything else.
You do the video editing.
And you do everything
I'll
else.
subtitle the videos. That's its own.
Fuck off.
That's its own trade deal.
Nah.
That's its own. Alright, I'll do the video edit and you subtitle the videos.
No, I'll do both and then you do the rest.
What's the rest?
All of it. Every other bit of the podcast.
Right, we'll take turns at the intro though. Because I feel like
Fine.
some people, not many.
Aye.
There's some people are Team Cream.
Right.
And also, it's going to go out on your YouTube. This first one, you should do the intro because it's going to go out on your YouTube.
Right, and we're doing that now. Why is this free content? Why is this free content?
I mean, they don't even want this bit. They'd pay not to do this bit.
People love behind the curtain shit.
They'd be like,
People love behind the curtain
if
shit.
we give you a couple of quid, could you just not do that at the end? Right? Just the All Your Life admin. Do you want them to sit here and listen to our tax returns as well? Right. So are you going to do the intro?
Uh-huh.
Right. Rewind to the beginning if you want to hear the intro that we're talking about. You've already heard it.
Oh, right.
I mean, this is meta now.
Aye.
Bye.